What do you do to make others happy or contribute to others' happiness? An interesting question that drew in a lot of responses. Happiness is universally recognized as a state and emotion that is desired by all. Really speaking, it is much more than that. Still, no one complains if you wish them happiness on a special occasion. No one complains if you wish them happy birthday or happy anniversary or happy whatever the occasion is. Nobody says, I don't want happiness, I'm fed up of happiness. If anyone says that I do not do anything to contribute to other people's happiness, the corollary is that nobody can contribute to this person's happiness. And we know that that's not true. Anybody who says that I don't do anything to contribute to another's happiness is either living an isolated life or is not sensitive to the other person's needs and wants, or does not have an understanding of the relative reality of life and is trying to hide behind some familiarity with Vedanta, or has double standards. It is like saying, others can make me happy or miserable, but I refuse to take responsibility for how I contribute to the other's life. The question, how do you contribute to another person's happiness, is asked from a relative standpoint and hence needs to be looked at in that way. Can people contribute to each other's happiness? The answer is yes. Note that the word is contribute to the other's happiness, not control. How do people contribute to each other's happiness? All of you have listed many wonderful ways, and I will elaborate on them. When you do acts of acceptance and appreciation for your friends, family, or support staff such as a cleaner, cook, etc., you are upholding the principle of acceptance and appreciation. Upholding the principle of acceptance and appreciation is really upholding Dharma. Upholding Dharma means living a life of Dharma, principles and values that sustain the stability of society. When you are upholding Dharma, you are happy. Why? Because Dharma makes you and others happy. Reflect on this. In fact, you will find that most of the conflicts you experience with others is due to Dharma not being met, either by you or the other person. Dharma is based on reciprocity. I want to be loved and I know that the other wants to be loved. I don't want to be hurt. The other does not want to be hurt. I know this. Dharma lives in everyone's hearts and comes alive in our actions. Dharma is not a set of abstract principles or some metaphysical theory, nor a set of ironclad rules. Dharma grows and thrives when a dharmi, the one who upholds Dharma, is protected. When I uphold Dharma by practicing it, I uphold the laws and principles that sustain and enrich a society. When I live a life of Dharma, I experience a lasting peace. When I live a life of Dharma, I feel a fulfillment that is not here now and gone tomorrow. When I live a life of Dharma, I sustain the deep intelligence that is inherent through the order that is Ishvara. When I uphold Dharma, I am in harmony with what is. Then, do I need a special time to live a life of Dharma? Do I need a special place to live a life of dharma? Is there a special dress code to live a life of dharma? Perhaps there are special meditations to live a life of dharma. Or are there special mantras to live a life of dharma? Or are there special asanas or pranayama to live a life of dharma? The obvious answer is no. When you offer or give your time, contributions, and resources to gaushalas where cows are taken care of, senior citizens, ancestors, widows, or people in need, you are happy as you are upholding the principle of giving. You are upholding dharma. When you share your knowledge in any field, you are upholding the principle of knowledge and wisdom that contributes to the progress and welfare of the other person. You are happy as you are upholding dharma. When you do things for others according to what they need, a special meal for someone, time to the other, regular phone calls to people, you are happy as you are upholding the principle of sensitivity and effective response. You are upholding dharma. The tree is sustained by the forest. There is no forest without trees, and there is no tree without an ecosystem. We sustain dharma, and we are sustained by dharma. Since life involves relating, some norms of relating are required that are universal and acceptable. The norms or standards of relating cannot be arbitrary or man-made. These norms come from an inherent common regard for the interest and welfare of yourself and the other. So here, dharma is a standard or norm of conduct derived from the way in which I wish others to view or treat me. This is an instinctive understanding in all our hearts. There are a few other meanings of dharma which we will reserve for a later time. We must learn to appreciate this inherent connection between feeling good or feeling happy and upholding dharma. Now I will talk about the A to Z of dharma. When you try to achieve your goals in the different spheres of your life, work, money, etc., and help others to do the same, you uphold dharma. When you maintain cleanliness, shaucham in Sanskrit, with respect to my or your mind and body, and in your surroundings with others, you uphold dharma. When you maintain a certain cheerfulness with respect to your situations and not complain all the time, not whine all the time, you uphold dharma, and dharma makes you and others happy. When you show commitment to your roles and values by showing consistency in living values, you uphold dharma. When you show compassion in understanding people and their background, you uphold dharma. When you strive for competence in your roles, competence in acquiring knowledge, skills, attitudes, in whatever job you're doing or work that you do, you uphold dharma. When you cooperate and collaborate with people in family, at work, or in our communities, you contribute to a larger cause, you uphold dharma. Dharma makes you and the others happy. When you demonstrate courage in your actions, despite fears and insecurities, and there are so many situations like these, you uphold dharma. When you show courtesy to people, although you can't stand them, but you stop victimizing people with your anger and prejudices and still maintain courtesy, you uphold dharma. When you invoke creativity, that is, thinking imaginatively about possibilities in different situations amidst the many constraints of life, you begin to create the life you want, you uphold dharma. Dharma makes you and the others happy. When you practice discipline in your many pursuits and support others in their disciplines, you uphold dharma. When you aim to fulfill your duty towards work, family, your country, and yourself, you uphold dharma. Dharma makes you happy. When you learn and educate yourself or help in educating others, you uphold dharma. When you seek to use resources, food, water, fuel, your time, etc., with efficiency, you uphold dharma. In fact, much of our issues of global warming are because resources have not been used with efficiency. Dharma makes you and the others happy. When you show fortitude in many situations, when it is easier to give up, you uphold dharma. When you seek to be there in friendship for others, a friendship that is free from obligations, conditions, control, you uphold dharma. When you are grateful for the many factors that sustain you, and you express your gratitude in thoughts, words, and actions, and make suitable contributions to the 5 sets of relationships that are there in all our lives: Manushyaha, people; Bhutahas, elements; Pitras, ancestors; Devatas, the different manifestations of God, Ishvara; and Rishis. You uphold dharma. Dharma makes you and the others happy. When you try to sustain the health of yourself and others with right food, exercise, rest, and sleep, you uphold dharma. Now, here, health need not become an obsession like it has with a lot of us. We understand that it is an important aspect of dharma and we give it the attention it deserves. No more, no less. When you don't interfere in another's life and give them the space to grow at their own pace, you are upholding the principle of independence. When you are fair in your interactions, which are based on reciprocity, interactions that are free from biases and prejudices to the extent possible, you uphold justice, you uphold dharma. Dharma makes you and others happy. When you express and show love and respect for family, friends, and others through your words and actions, you uphold dharma. When you seek moksha, freedom from a sense of bondage, and do what you can in terms of systematic study with the Guru, traditionally, you uphold the glory and the blessing of being a human being. You see yourself as the very source of the dharma you help to uphold. The discovery of yourself as Ananda helps you see that everything is an expression of the fullness that you are. You are an instrument in contributing to others' happiness. When you work to earn or manage or share money, it serves as a valuable resource for yourself and others to get things done. You uphold dharma. When you contribute to your country and its leadership by doing what you can for the country, you practice patriotism, you uphold dharma. When you make efforts to resolve conflicts, not just allow conflicts to fester, When you make efforts to resolve conflicts to the extent possible and maintain peace in the family, neighborhood, or country, you uphold dharma. Differences in gender, language, religion definitely do not mean superiority or inferiority. Maintaining a peaceful coexistence with everyone is upholding dharma. By extension, if the peace of your country is threatened and all peaceful solutions have been tried but have not worked, going to war to uphold dharma, not for petty gains, is upholding dharma. When you offer your prayers and worship to the devatas who contribute to you every single moment, you uphold dharma, recognizing the right of all living beings to survival and hence living a life of least injury is upholding dharma. When you promote and share the practices, rituals, and the knowledge of any tradition, it could be the arts, farming, or self knowledge, you uphold dharma. Dharma makes you and the others happy. Uphold dharma and it will uphold you, because dharma is a manifestation of Ishvara. Om Tat Sat.